A new study on MDMA and PTSD came back with some pretty positive results. So, first of all, it helped specifically with openness and neuroticism. That's what's highlighted in the study. People became more open and they became much less neurotic. It also helped long-term, which was surprising. Even after just one session, the changes apparently stuck and they held. And it wasn't something that, like, oh, you got to do it every week or whatever the case is. No, it was one session, and all of a sudden people were better. And then get this. So you want to talk about the success rate here, which is pretty damn impressive if you ask me. 67.4% of people got better. Their PTSD got better. Damn. Now, they also go on to say, of course, you can't, if you do it like recreationally and you're doing it, you're just a regular person, you're an amateur, you don't know, it's not a clinical setting, and you're doing it, it can actually make the problem worse because of how you're doing it and how much you're doing it and what goes hand in hand with when you do it and all that stuff. But they say in a clinical setting, when given the right amount and then you couple it with traditional talk therapy, 67.4% got better, helped tremendously with some specific problems, openness and neuroticism, and it helped long term. So, this is story number 9,716 of everything you've ever been taught about drugs is propaganda. Like, even horrible ones, seemingly horrible ones, have medicinal uses. I mean, how many people, there's probably not that many people that know that morphine is basically heroin. So when you had a serious car accident or something, you go to the hospital, they give you heroin. That's what they're giving you. That's what morphine, you give them the morphine drip. That's heroin. So again, a lot of people don't know that, but that's what it is. So this idea of just say no under all circumstances. Well, actually, no, not under all circumstances. No. And there's a lot of drugs, and by the way, some are good for some people, not good for others. That's just the nature of the way these drugs function. But marijuana has been very helpful for many people with a variety of problems, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety. Not so good for some others, but good for some people. There's the fucking sedatives that people take for anti-anxiety. And now they're finally breaking through and studying stuff like psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms, stuff like MDMA. For the longest time, there's been this taboo. Never, ever, ever do that, ever. But no, there are some instances where it could be massively helpful. You just have to have it in a clinical setting, the right dose, a medical approach to it. And yeah, it could work out great, man. It can work out great. And everybody knows I happen to be of the opinion that I think you should legalize, tax, and regulate all this stuff. And if somebody chooses to, whatever, they end up getting addicted or something, okay, that's a problem, but they should be able to go to rehab and get medical care for it, not get locked up in a cage where you throw away the key. But that's a different conversation for a different day. Bottom line is, MDMA studies coming back incredibly positive for PTSD, when PTSD is traditionally a very hard thing to treat effectively.